Morning team, just having my breakfast, written my to-do list, been to the gym this morning, as you will have seen. So the plan today is to get cracking on with selling some of these rent-to-rent deals that we've been passed by a management company. Now we've been passed about 50 potential deals. There's more in the pipeline as well, and in the areas where they're covered are Huddersfield, Rochdale, Bradford and Leeds. So they're the main areas. Great locations for contractors, but the areas that we haven't done much business in before. So this morning is about doing a lot of outreach to other SA operators and to SA management companies that can either help us find investors or want to take it on themselves. So yeah, that's what we're up to this morning.
Sent to you because it's a grainy old thing. Now, what is particularly interesting here, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Every single city centre in the UK has that yellow centre, because you might be a bit blind to it.
Where do you find them? How do you identify them? We want to ensure that landlords can come to us, can take our advice.
Morning team, it's currently 8 o'clock Saturday morning. As you would have seen from the rest of the video, I haven't really I haven't really recorded much this week. Honestly, I've just been super exhausted. I've had a lot to do, and getting the camera out has been the last thing on my mind. So yeah, today we've got another running session with the Plodders crew, changing it up a little bit. We've got a track session at the Etihad, so I'll take you along with that, and then after that we can talk about how the week's going, how I'm feeling, and yeah, just a little bit of an update of this week. Also, just to add on the whole mood and energy thing, I really think that the clocks going forward or back, whichever way they went, has had a massive impact on my sleep, on my routine, and I've really noticed the darker days. So supplementing with vitamin D is non-negotiable now for the foreseeable, until it's back to summer and we're getting enough sun. And this is the one that I use from Supplement Needs. I've sworn by it for years now because my old bodybuilding coach Joe Brightman recommended it to me. I'm pretty sure if you go onto his YouTube or Instagram, you'll be able to get a discount code as well.
The pay should be just quicker than what your ideal race pay should be for like a 5 or a 10k.
James, how was it?
Tough on that. Feeling fresh though, feeling fresh.
Absolutely wrecked. So it's Sunday morning. Yesterday we had the run with the Plodders crew, which was great, and then in the afternoon/evening, I was trying to figure out my new talking head setup, and I ended up just crashing in the evening. So this morning, I just wanted to go over how I've been feeling over the last few weeks and, what's been going on, because it's not been the easiest ride. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, I went full-time with property at the start of September. It's been amazing to be able to work on the business while we're just constantly doing the same things as I was when I was just able to do it part-time. But there has been a lot of setbacks on this journey, which is fine because I appreciate that that's what happens when you start any sort of business. But yeah, we've been having a lot of deals falling through, specifically Rent to SA, which is I'm starting to realise that the type of investor that you work with when it comes to Rent to SA is typically one that is a newcomer. Rent to SA is very much low barrier to entry, given the fact that you don't have to invest that much money into it. So with that obviously comes a lot more time wasters. Now, not to say that everyone's a time waster, there's lots of great SA operators, but because it's so cheap to get into, you do have a lot more people to deal with. And one thing that I'm really learning and working on is how to identify time wasters much quicker. So yeah, we've had a lot of money fall through over the last month or so for deals which we thought were nailed on to complete. So yeah, it's not been easy, and I guess putting all this work and effort in and maybe not seeing the result that you want to see straight away, it can start to make you feel a little bit tired and I guess just a little bit burnt out. And that's how I felt genuinely when I recorded that clip yesterday morning. That's how I felt. And then I went to the plodders and I was around people and I realized it's not that. It's not the work that I'm doing. I find it so easy to just stay in my apartment on my desk and just grind, and I could literally just do that for weeks. But then I will get burnt out, and then I start questioning why am I burnt out, and it's because I'm not putting myself around people enough. The conversations you have when you're around like-minded people, and the endorphins when you're doing fitness, but also when you're just doing something that you enjoy. It just can't be matched. It can't be matched. And I realised that on Saturday morning because I'd felt burnt out all week. Genuinely, I was tired. My mates were saying, "Oh, you look tired," whenever they saw me. And then, literally after running, you would have thought I'd be tired all day, and I was energized. And it's not because of the running, because I train every single day, but it was genuinely just because I was around people and. Yeah, so big lesson learnt this week that yes, there's a lot of ups and downs going on at the minute with the business, but the biggest thing, and I can control this, is being around people will lift my mood and allow me to perform at a much higher level. So next week, one of the priorities is to just get myself around people more, whether it's working in cafes or working with friends who've got their own businesses or work from home, and just be around people. That is one thing that I do miss about working full time. It's being in an office of people, and that will come with time as the team builds out and we take on staff. That will happen, but at the minute, almost being a solopreneur. What a cringe phrase that is. But yeah, being like an entrepreneur that's working on their own, it's just one of those things you've got to deal with. So yeah, big lesson learnt this week. Need to get out more, and I definitely think it will have a positive impact on the journey. Now, as to my own portfolio that I'm trying to build, we've been having offers rejected, but one thing I'm realizing is I'm doing a lot more volume than a lot of people. And that also means that I'm going to get a lot more rejection. Because when I speak to people, they might not be getting as much rejection, but they're also not getting as much success. And that rejection, it can get you down. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind rejection, but when you're offering on rent to SAs, flips, HMOs, and you're reaching out to about 50 to 100 landlords and agents a week, and they're all saying no, it can start to grind on you. And that's individual outreaches. That's not the amount of deals I'm actually reaching out to. Sometimes we call an agent and we call for 3 deals. So another thing that I need to remind myself of is that every no is one step closer to a yes. And I think reminding myself of that and putting myself around people will allow me not to get burnt out and feel tired. So yeah, that's how I've been feeling this week. Just a bit of an update. One of my mentors said that I need to share more of the lows as well as the highs along my journey. So I'm going to be doing that going forward. But yeah, positive end to the week. I'm looking forward to next week. We're going to get it smashed. And yeah, thank you everyone who's been watching the series so far. And we'll see you next week for the next episode.